They've been working on Ark Ultimate Mobile Edition for many months now, grinding away at it, and yeah, we're ready to show it to y'all. So a little bit about us here at Grove Street. Some of you in the art community are familiar with us. Some we might be a fresh face for you. We've been working with Studio Wildcard dating back to 2017. We started off working on the first Ark Survival Evolved for mobile, what we colloquially refer to as Ark Mobile, the old game from 2018, and then we did the Ark Ultimate Survivor Edition for Switch a couple years ago. And then most recently, we've worked on Survival Ascended, helping out with all the technical challenges, bringing that to consoles. And so now we've taken, all of our learnings from working on Ark all these years and all these optimization tricks that we've figured out, and we're using that to bring Ark to mobile devices with a much more console-like experience. So that's what you're seeing here now. Let me give you the caveat. This is pre-release footage. You're seeing, in development beta footage right now. And we're going to take you through some stuff on the island and on Scorched Earth and on Aberration. So let's kick things off. I got a bunch of stuff to get through for you guys and let you know all about this game that we've got coming out. So first things first, a big question that we've asked to purchase the game outright. Anybody can download it for free on your mobile devices. And this is coming out to y'all in December 2024, this year. So just another month and a half to go, and you should have this in your hands. In this game, what I really want to hammer home today is that this is a complete fresh start. This is not related to the old Ark mobile title. This is much closer to that classic Ark experience that you know from consoles. So if you've played Ark on Switch or you've played Ark on PS4 or Xbox One, this is going to be much more comparable to that full Ark experience. This isn't going to be like the old Ark mobile title. We don't have dungeons, we don't have pursuits, we don't have a lot of these more unique things that we did in that title. We're staying very true to the original Ark experience here. And so in that regard, I really want to emphasize again, this is a complete fresh start. No progress or purchases from that old title is going to carry forward. This is a brand new experience. As you can see, just looking at it visually right now, I mean, it's just miles ahead of where we're at with that old game. So at launch in December, we are going to have the Island and Scorched Earth and Aberration available. Then next year in 2025, we will get out Extinction, Gen 1, Gen 2, and Ragnarok. And when we launch in December, the Island is going to be free for all players. So like I said, it's a free-to-play game. You can download it. You can have pretty much the full entire Island experience without ever spending a dime if you so choose. You can do the boss fights, you can transfer to other servers, you can do cave runs, you can do all that. You'll never have to spend a dime. We're going to have the expansion maps. Those will be available for purchase individually. So Aberration, Extinction, Gen 1, Gen 2, Scorch, those are all going to be individual purchases if you would like to play on those maps. But beyond that, we're also offering a subscription this time around as well. So similar to Primal Pass in the last title, we've got something called Ark Pass. And Ark Pass is going to give you access to all the maps that are released at that point. And it's also going to give you access to God Console for single player and other perks like bonus XP and a monthly drop of some free keys, which I'll get to in a minute here. So that's really going to be a great value for you if you want to just pick up that pass while you're actively playing Ark. That's going to give you pretty much everything that you need to fully enjoy everything that the game has to offer. Like I said though, if you're free to play, all the content is still there. We don't have things like dinos or anything locked behind a paywall. Players are going to be able to use our in-game currency, that's called keys. And really what this is set up for is just to kind of make the game more convenient for you, especially because we're dealing with mobile audiences. You don't necessarily have as much free time in your hands. So the keys are going to be used to do things like decrease certain timers, like, less time to tame a creature, or other things like a temporary weight buff. Stuff like that is how the keys are used. And these keys, all players can get a couple for free every day, so you'll have access to get keys for free. And then, of course, you can purchase packs of them if you so desire, just like any other in-game currency. Again, very comparable to what we were doing with Ancient Amber in the previous one. Again, really just want to hammer home, all of our implementation of the keys is on these convenience timers and things like that I just touched on. We're not selling creatures or weapons or maps for keys. That's not true. So let's keep going here. We've also got God Console making its comeback for single player this time around. So if you're familiar with God Console from the last Ark Mobile title, it's going to be comparable to that, except this time around we've added console command access to it. So what God Console is it's an interface you can use in single player only. This is not for use on official servers. And what this does is it's an interface that gives you easy access to spawning in resources, a lot of the common cheats that you'll use frequently, like level up target or things like that. And so it's an interface that swipes in from the side of the screen to give you easy access to that stuff. And then if you want to go in the full breadth of console commands and everything that Ark has to offer, there's now just a straight up console command input box in that interface for you. So yeah, one sec here. Let me... So over here on screen, as you're seeing, Daniel and Matt here are about to go to a boss fight on the island. As you know, boss fights, we did not have the traditional boss fights in the last Ark Mobile title. This time around, you're getting the full suite of boss fights again, just like the normal console experience. You got Hated Mother, you got Gorilla Boss, you got the Dragon. Yeah, and so like I said, full Ark experience. This is not hindered in any way. We didn't cut any content this time around. And some things that we've got a little extra is voice chat support. We didn't have that in the last Ark Mobile title, but we've got full voice chat support working this time around. We've also got full controller support. So here I've actually got my setup that I like doing around the office with Xbox controller, a little stand, and then this is a Pixel 8a that runs the game great. But yeah, we've got full controller support. You can use just about any Bluetooth controller with standard inputs, should work fine. And then we've also done the virtual cursor implementation. So if you played our version of Ark on Switch, or if you played Survival Ascended on PS5 or Series X, or even PC with a controller connected, you'll know that you can use one of the joysticks to navigate a virtual cursor around the screen when you're managing your inventory and stuff like that. And we've brought that over to this version as well, if you're using a controller with the game. Obviously, if you don't have a controller pad, you're just using touch, then that's irrelevant. Some other things we've done is we brought over some of the cryopod balance changes from ASA into our port here. We liked what some of those changes were. They seemed like a good thing for the PvP community, so we brought those changes over. And then we also may have a fun surprise or two in there for fans of the old Ark Mobile game who did like some of the unique things we did in there. We're going to try and get some fun stuff going in the new title, but I'm not spoiling anything just yet. How's that boss fight going, guys?
Looks pretty good.
So we're going to show you all some...
Yeah,
we're going to switch over to Scorched in just a minute here and show you all some footage of Scorched running on these mobile devices. And while we get to that, I'm going to talk to you all about some device requirements, because this is another big question that we've gotten a lot, is what devices can actually run this new game. I mean, as you can see, it's pretty graphically intensive, and you are going to need a newer device that can handle running this game. On the iOS side of things, that means any device that runs iOS 18. So you probably already know if your device can run it at this point, because iOS 18 has been released for iOS devices.